Okay, great music here on Gauteng's official feel-good radio station. You're listening to the Social Impact Show with me, Sam Marshall. Our mission is simple. We're on a mission. We're on a mission to talk good things about this country, about the world. We want to put it out there, that kind of thing. So what are we talking about? We're setting sail with an initiative that's turning children into friendly pirates for the planet. It's Captain Fanplastic, an award-winning environmental literacy program developed by a soapbox South Africa, and it's launched in Equatorial Guinea in partnership with UNICEF. Through storytelling, creativity, and experiential learning, the program is equipping 1,500 children and 40 adolescent facilitators across 20 youth centers with green skills and a powerful sense of environmental ownership. It now operates, get this, in 13 countries, and it aims to reach 1 million children by 2030. At the helm is Ruben Hazelzet, who is the head of program for Captain Fanplastic and one of UNICEF's Innovation 30 Young Climate Innovators shaping the future of climate resilience. Ruben, good morning and thanks for joining me.
Morning. Thank you so much, Sam. Good to hear your voice.
Lovely to chat to you. You know what I love about innovation and how smart people think about building solutions is that you have, through this idea of turning children, putting them at the center of environmental literacy, building a program around them that's now award-winning, by making them the center and understanding the needs and how to evolve this into a movement, this has become an award-winning environmental literacy program. Talk to me about that just very quickly.
Yeah, what we acknowledge is that children have the power to be leaders of today and not tomorrow, actually. We believe that they can change our communities right now because children have an honesty that they will say what they want to say. They will call out their moms in the shopping line. They will, change certain habits in the household.
That is so true.
So, yeah, we believe that if we give them the right type of education, that they can adopt certain behaviors and drive change in their communities. And that's what Captain Fanplastic is very much about.
Yeah, my 8-year-old told me on Saturday, "Daddy, why are you so fat?" So I agree with you. They'll tell you the absolute truth.
Gotta love the honesty.
Even when you don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
Equatorial Guinea. What have you guys have identified? Why was it chosen as the next destination? And then there's this exciting partnership with UNICEF.
Yes. Yeah. So I was part of, indeed, Innovation 30 as one of their climate innovators, and we have been working with UNICEF since, and UNICEF has a learning passport that allows teachers and schools to access education all over the world. I think it gives access to 7 million children, and we as Captain Fanplastic are identified as an environmental...
Hi, Ruben, are you there?
Tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to me about this idea, and I love this peer-to-peer thinking, getting peers to have influence over others. But I think it's got to be more than just that. You are training adolescent facilitators to run activities and building this kind of model where this peer-to-peer engagement for me feels truly authentic.
Yeah, it's about having the right role models, right? Like I can go to Equatorial Guinea and tell these children to not litter and pick up plastic when they see it laying on the ground. But it's way more impactful if, like, a little bit older youth is telling them and becomes these role models. So with our program, we try to empower local people and local organizations to facilitate their program, and we contextualize also our program to that region. So we translate it into Spanish, we change the animals, and we change the names so that the children feel as if it's a homegrown program facilitated by the people they know in their communities, and then the impact amplifies tremendously.
Yeah, and you know, when you talk about changing animals and making sure that it feels homegrown and that it's nuanced specifically to those communities and to those young people, I also like this idea that, and we know it's a thing. We know it's a thing. We know it's becoming a thing. Gamification is a huge thing at the moment.
Yes.
Simulation is even, there are some institutions in South Africa that's already experimenting with simulation. Talk to me about kind of, and I think there's something magical about gamification that down the line will make these interventions so much cheaper to do. They'll be able to, just by the click of a button, as you said, be able to change the animals, gamified in a way that somebody is learning about the environment. You're ticking the boxes of teaching them environmental literacy. You're going through that. You are using the latest methods when it comes to behavioral change. And there's something in gamification that I think is still largely untapped. How do you guys view gamification?
So, I mean, I always like say like people, but I mean young people, but any person likes to play a game, right? So, with Captain Fanplastic, we have a no trash but treasure mindset, and an element of gamification, for example, is that when the children go on their first treasure hunt, which is a cleanup, but in our world a treasure hunt, they get treasure maps and they need to identify all the different things that they find. And at the end of this treasure hunt, they need to hand it in. We weigh their treasure and we select the most successful band of pirates. And if you would ask a child, can you clean up this park or this beach? They will look at you and they're like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But if you tell them a good story that is gamified, they will clean it up in 45 minutes. And they will tell you that they're doing it because they want to save all the animals. Because compassion is something that every child carries in themselves. And we need to make sure that they continue to carry that forward while they grow up.
13 countries later, Equatorial Guinea now, you've launched. What are some of the challenges? Or, you know, I mean, obviously, I don't know if it's a silly question. Are children, where it doesn't matter where you are in the world, they are, as you said, they're compassionate, they want to get involved, they want to engage, or is it depending on the socioeconomic challenges that they face that maybe turns a South African child slightly different to an Equatorial Guinea child? Or are children across the board, and even though you are changing the animals, the kind of methodologies are the same, or do you have to kind of change them too?
I mean, there are differences, but in general, I feel that compassion and that love for any living being, it being a plant, an animal, or a human, or whatever it is, that is something that every child in the world carries with them. Okay.
Are you there?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Other thing that they all do have is that they love pirates and the theme of pirates. So bringing those things together is something that works anywhere in the world and that allows us to scale up.
Now, as you obviously get this program going in Equatorial Guinea, you are working, you're doing amazing stuff here in South Africa. You've just been really kind of innovating. Talk to me about the power of partnerships, right? Because we now know it's going to be collaboration is the competition. We're going to have to find like-minded people to kind of drive these things. I'm interested in, we're talking to you right now and you're in the Netherlands. What is the quality of the conversation been like with potential partners? Are they getting the mission, or are you finding that you still have to do a fair amount of education?
I think they're getting the mission. I think what is difficult for education and behavioral change organizations is sometimes the data that you can provide. Because we work in such under-resourced areas, it's not always easy to give the data that like big organizations organizations or multilateral organizations look for. But we as an organization try everything we do to showcase what the impact of our work is. So I think we're talking the right language. We just need the world also to believe more in education and behavioral change, because it is a long-term game, right? It's not a short-term game, it's a long-term game. And it's not a marshmallow approach, it's like planting a tree approach that you need to look at. And that's, I guess, our job in how we communicate with them. But the partnerships are going very well, and we are hoping that we can scale up to more countries in 2026.
And then my final question as we wrap up this conversation, there's this big audacious goal. 1 million children by 2030. I don't know if you know this, Ruben, but we are less than 5 years away.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So it's, I mean, you're on the journey, but where are you on that mission of reaching 1 million children and impacting the way they behave?
Yeah. So we are currently at, I think we are over 35,000 learners right now, which is a good job, but we still have far to go. But I think with the things that we are developing at the moment, and also getting an online component more and more active in our work, the ability to scale up further and faster will increase with the years coming. So I'm very excited about our e-learning and also the integration of AI in our work. But it doesn't mean that we will stop going to schools in person that wouldn't be able to access this type of education otherwise. So it will be an in-person drive and an online drive that will get us there. And yeah, if you want to jump on board, there's lots of space on our pirate ship. So welcome.
Yeah, I just don't know if I can rock that eye patch. That's, I think, I might be the only problem that I have. Ruben, really appreciate it. Where can people follow the journey as you, in the next 5 years, get to that 1 million mark? Where can they go? Or even collaborate or partner?
Yes, so they can go to captainfanplastic.com, or they can find us on LinkedIn, Captain Fanplastic, or Instagram, Captain_Fanplastic. And you will be there for the journey of our friendly pirates.
I love it. Ruben, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. That's Ruben Hazelzet. He's the head of program for Captain Fanplastic and one of UNICEF's Innovation 30 Young Climate Innovators shaping the future of climate resilience. And if you don't know about it, go and Google it. Where have you been? Captain Fanplastic. It's an award-winning environmental literacy program developed by Sobox South Africa and has launched recently in Equatorial Guinea in partnership with UNICEF. They use storytelling, creativity, experiential learning, and the program is equipping in Equatorial Guinea about 1,500 children and 40 adolescent facilitators across 20 youth centers with green skills and a powerful sense of environmental ownership. And it was developed here in South Africa. So, yeah, something to feel great about.